I am so bad with my lives and the timing for my lives. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's see. What does it says? I'll try back later. Hi, everyone. This is Daisy here, aka Professional High Priestess. Holy moly. It is hot. But today I'm going to be talking about this Empress Reversed and this patriarchy programming. And y'all can see in the cover photo, I put the WAP. There's there's gonna be a lot. Now I'm gonna preface this. This is not about slut shaming or shaming women for how they use their sexual energy or what they display, etc. All right, so let's get that out the way. This is to talk about the ways in which women don't even know that they are perpetuating specific stereotypes because of patriarchal programming, right? So for instance, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, they have this new song called WAP. I guess it's Wet Ass Pussy. And there's been a lot of controversy about this song because they're like, oh, it's objectifying women and why are they doing that and da 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 da. They're going to do whatever they want to do. They're going to do what sells. They're entertainers. You have to understand that. Stop looking to them for like advice or leadership or them to be role model to your kids. That's not what they're about. They're about shaking ass, popping their pussy and making money, period. And that's okay. That's what they want to do. Are they still divine feminines? Absolutely not, because a real divine feminine doesn't do that, right? Because she understands to put her body on display like that is to open herself up to entities and portals of energy that allow people to put tags on her sacral chakra. All right? Now, oh, she filed for divorce today. Honestly, I saw that shit coming. And it was so crazy that you said that because I was just thinking about her and this whole bullshit that went down with the Shade Room. I think she got a restraining order on them so they can't post her any of her stories. But honestly, I saw that coming. They're 12th house secret enemies. Her 12th house is in Pisces. Offset has a Pisces moon. Anyways, so with this patriarchy programming, look. Ooh. It is hot as fuck. Here, hold on. Let me do something real quick. That was about to be a tower moment. All right. Anyways, thank you for bearing with me. It was just way too hot in the damn car. But anyways, with this whole situation with the WAP, and people are in controversy because they're like, well, it's limiting. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna roll down the fucking windows because I can't hear it either. Y'all are so patient with me. Don't mind my fuckery. What is this? Okay. Let's just get the air going in here. Okay. Whew. Wow. Sunflower, thank you. So anyways, y'all, this WAP, everyone was up in arms because they're like, this is not what we should be teaching our children, and this young women don't need to see this, and da 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 da. And it was a lot of men that was making the posts in the comments and stuff like that. So I will say that a lot of men fail to realize that women are catering to what they think men want, right? With this shaking their ass and putting stuff out there. When people say, oh, it's all about female empowerment, da 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 da, you have to understand that women are already subjugated in society. We're already, especially specifically women of color, specifically black and brown women, we're already reduced to sexual objects and stuff like that. So when folks are saying, well, they're just trying to take back their power and empower themselves and stuff like that, why do you need to display your body or put on nakedness or be hypersexual or abuse the goddess energy as a form of empowerment? Because our ancestors, think about Sartiji Bartman, right? You guys know about Sarah Bartman. She was from the Xhosa tribe in South Africa, and she was of royalty, and they told her, oh, we're going to take her to Britain so that she can learn and go to school, and they put her in a fucking circus because her butt was hella big and allowed men to use her, and she died of a venereal disease around like 25, 26 years old, right? So, when we're talking about these things, we have to make sure that we're not talking about it from a place of trauma, sexual trauma, and a place of confusion, right? And patriarchal programming. Because, like I said, why do you need to take off your clothes to be empowered? What? Yes, they had her body up for display. Sartiji Bartman, you guys need to watch that show. Sorry, watch that movie and learn about her story. They had her body on anatomical display. They basically turned it into like they put formaldehyde in it and just had it on display. It's just up until 2006, 2008. This was on an episode of Black Girls Rock that they finally buried her in South Africa. Finally. After how many years? So, when women say, oh, I'm empowering myself by popping my pussy and being all on the internet and stuff like that, that's confusion to me. Because if you were really about empowerment, you would know that modesty is a form of power. To not let people have access to your body is a form of power. To not let people see your body and see what you're doing and all that shit is a form of power, right? Opening your body to the world, I can see your coochie, I can see all this stuff. That's not empowerment. That's a false form of empowerment. That's finite empowerment. That's karmic empowerment. Now, another thing, too, is they're thinking about their pussy being wet. Okay. So, who does it matter to that your pussy is wet? Because I can sit all day with a wet-ass pussy and just get my underwear dirty. There, again, it's like, think about the subconscious programming. Who's that catering to? You're telling another woman, oh, my pussy is wet. Okay, why do I need to know that? What does she have to gain from you having a wet pussy? It's like we have to really start thinking start thinking deeper about the shit that we engage in and that we entertain. I was really just thinking about that. Okay, since you got a wet ass pussy and you're singing about it, and you got all these other women chanting this mantra of having a wet ass pussy. You got all these other women chanting a mantra of having a wet ass pussy for what? Why should it matter to me that your pussy is wet? Oh, it's so funny because I'm sitting here in the parking lot, and one of the girls that did spell work on me, spread hella lies about me, pulled up right next to me. So, okay, now I know who else needs a reversal. Anyways, and then she pulled right back out. Wow, today's hella funny. So anyways, another thing too is, the telephone is a mirror. The telephone is like a portal. The screen is a portal. As you come through that portal, there's all different type of energies that you're putting out and that you're picking up, right? That's why, like, for instance, if I put like a selenite crystal in front of the screen, you can pick up that energy. Same thing as like, people can use your pictures for spell work when they pick it up off the internet, shit like that. So my thing is, with these women and this whole new thing with posting their body on the internet and shit like that, my question is, do you know what energy you're picking up and what energy you're putting out there? Thank you for the donation, Awakened Spirit. What energy are you picking up? What energy are you putting out there? As dozens of men that you don't even know from all around the world project energy onto you, project toxicity and negativity onto you, what are you standing for? Because, a lot of women too, then they get mad when, men just come after them for their body or objectify them and stuff like that. But unfortunately, that's the world that we live in. People don't think that far. So if you put your energy up like that on the internet, then what message are you sending people? And then they have the audacity, some of the Instagram vixens, which all of this is just Venus reversed energy. Literally, that's what it is, Venus reversed. When you put your energy up there, and when you're putting too much of that out there, when you're exposing too much of your body, shit like that, that's what you're doing is you're debilitating You're exploiting the goddess energy, one, which is of course like comes that's a conduit to Venus. But what you're also doing is like you're desensitizing other people to the exposure of the goddess energy. That's why, and then also too, it's like promoting this fake ass fantasy of what a woman's body should be like. And a lot of these women, they get their body done. So how real is this anyways? A lot of these folks, like, they'll tell you, I'm only doing this because for money. I only want this for attention. That's what they call it, thirst trapping. You're harnessing other people's energy, their sexual energy. They're projecting their energy onto you. It's a whole cesspool of weird ass energy going back and forth. So what does this really, really mean? I will, Nuno, I'm busy. I'm backed up with a whole bunch of stuff that I'm doing and readings and shit like that, okay? And unfortunately, we live in a world where, like, women, like I said, specifically women of color, were exploited for a reason. I talked about this, like melanated people on our sexual bodies and shit like that. Historically, our ancestors, they had no control over when they will be accessed, over who they really got to like expose their body to or not expose their body to. So me in 2020, and I know that this same energy is replicating itself through the music industry and entertainment industry and things like that, and the porn industry, which is fueling the human trafficking industry. Why would I continue to put myself out there and then try to portray it as, oh, female empowerment? Who am I really empowering? I'm empowering young girls to twerk and to be be happy about their pussy being wet. Like, where's the other empowerment? But this is the thing too, and this continues to perpetuate this thing within amongst folks of color, that the only way that they can be successful is if they look a certain way, or if they're an entertainer or basketball player or whatever, right? But my thing also too is now with a lot of these young girls, because I used to work in a high school, they're so fast at a young age because of the entertainment and the access to technology. Coming to school any type of way, body's more developed than a grown woman. But this another thing too is because of the hormones that they put in the food. It's all by design. It's all to hypersexualize people. Because my mind at a young age is so routed towards porn or fucking or having a wet ass pussy. What is that going to do to my development process? This is why I'm saying, Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B, they're not expecting little girls and stuff like that to be watching this. They're expecting at least their parents to at least educate them and stuff like that. So it's not really their fault. They're entertainers. They're making money. But at the same time too, unfortunately, this society that we live in is predicated on trauma. So we have to be clear about that as well. A lot of people are acting out this energy because of trauma, because of sexual trauma, because of hypersexualization. What the fuck would a young 16-year-old, 15-year-old girl, because that's their fan base, right? Oh, I got a wet ass pussy. What are you teaching her? That it's more important for your vagina to be wet for a man than for your mind to be developed? I know the Meg Thee Stallion, she's in school and stuff like that, and they be trying to do their little thing in terms of like sharing information with the masses and whatever. Wow. Yeah. Wearing some makeup to high school. A lot of my students, when I was a teacher, they had pot bellies already. I'm like, damn, what the fuck is going on? Because of the food that they would eat, they exposed to. And when you're young like that, we would eat junk food and stuff like that, but the food then is not the food now. How do we value being smart and other things? And this is, another thing too with women of color or people of color in general. It's looked down upon to be intelligent. Why? And W.E.B. Du Bois, he talked about that. He talked about like the Negro black people looking down upon each other for having some type of education. He had a problem too. He was a little bit elitist, but then towards the end of his life, he changed his ways. I believe he was even traveling to Africa, and I think he may have passed over there too, if I'm correct. So it's just reinforcing this whole stereotype that for a woman, the only way you can be successful is if you exploit your body. Man, the only way you're successful if you also exploit your body, being an entertainer and things like that. And it's kind of like re-solidifying these slave stereotypes and these slave dynamics that, we were exposed to where we didn't have control over our sex or our bodies. We got to really change the narrative. It's okay to be intelligent. It's okay to be smart. It really is. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's why you got some of these grown-ass women pissed off now in their middle age, they're in their 40s and their 50s, and they're pissed because they spent so much of their younger years chasing after men or being what they thought that men wanted, a bottom bitch or a down chick or some shit like that, or they were running around, misusing and abusing their sex, and it impacted them in a certain way. Now they're at a later point in their life. They can't do the things that they want to do. They can't get the things that they want to get because your sexual energy is your life force energy. Even if you think about the porn industry, how many of those same porn stars do you see doing the same exact work today? Hardly any. You see the same men, some of the same men, a couple of them. Shit, I don't really know, but I feel like it's like they're you don't see them last for long because eventually they get tapped out with that energy. Yes. And now some of the Instagram thirst traps and thongs and whatever every single day they put in their bio, I have a bachelor's, I have a PhD. I'm not dumb. No one said you were. So why do you feel triggered enough to put that in your bio? Why is that? Why do people need to know that? It's like they're subconsciously trying to like disassociate themselves from a certain title. It's too late for that. The minute you put yourself out there, that's what you're going to get. That's the energy that your people are going to give you, unfortunately. What type of entities are you picking up from people masturbating to your photo or your videos? That's why a lot of them, they're sex addict and they're engaged in sexual perversions because they're picking up energy from people that they don't even know, from all over the world, watching their videos and using their photos. It's a form of sex magic. Yeah. Ooh, look, it says selling sex to go to college and then using the college degree, not using the college degree because sex sells way more. Happens way too often. Yeah, that's real. That's hella real. That's super duper real, y'all. Another thing too that I just want y'all to be cognizant of is the fact that um you have to do understand that a lot of these women do come from like having some type of sexual trauma, but it's up to you to really have to heal that and not let her turn into something else completely and feeding a whole entire industry. So now the new thing now with this whole female empowerment movement is if you're modest, then you're self-hating and you must be suffering from internalized misogyny. No. Just because I don't want to show my titties to the world or my booty to the world or my pussy to the world doesn't make me an internalized misogynist. In my own personal life, I just know that energy is reserved for one person that I deal with, not a whole bunch of people that I don't even fucking know. This is Empress reversed energy. For real. Because remember, the Empress is Venus. It's Venus reversed. Like, we will say trap music is like Mars reversed, Yeah, but it's Venus reversed. You got to really, really think about that. And for some of my sisters on here, some of y'all still have to do, some of y'all are in sex work and stuff like that. This is not taking jabs at you. But at some point in time, like, you're going to have to realize that you're not going to be able to do that work forever. There has to come a point in time where you realize, okay, I have to transition out of this. Because it's the abuse of the feminine sexual energy that gets women trapped in generations of karmic energy. You should not be tying your energies with just anybody. That's something that, we're not really taught. And unfortunately, because it's like religion had a lot of harm, because it was like, you need to be chaste and regulating and controlling women's bodies. And then when we got to get free of that, we just kind of went buck wild. But we still need some of that. It's like balance with it. Men should not control and regulate my body. If I have sex with a certain person outside of marriage, I'm not a whore. I'm not going to hell and things like that. But also, too, there needs to be some type of like method or some type of boundary set with your sexual energy. You can't just be sleeping with everybody. You just can't be engaging with everybody. And it's not about wearing shorts or tanks. That's not what I'm talking about. It's not about, because you guys see me in my shorts. It's not about that. It's not about wearing shorts or tanks. That's not what this is about. It's about the purposeful misuse and abuse of the sexual energy for monetary purposes or attention and shit like that. And then when it backfires, it turns into something else. And also, to this false woman's empowerment that's all rooted in exploiting your body and having sex with everybody. That's what the movement is about. Oh, there must be something wrong with you. You don't want to have threesomes with a bunch of people and sleep with a bunch of people. That's what they do. Because a lot of this shit is coming out of the Bay Area. A lot of this shit, no, a lot of these speakers are coming out of the Bay Area. Don't even get me started on the destroy your body movement. I used to be overweight, and I'm not saying that if you're a bigger woman that there's something wrong with you. No, but at a certain point in time, like, it's mind, body, spirit. It's a trifecta. So if I'm damaging the body, what is that going to do to my mind and my spirit? Doesn't mean that if you're thin that you're super healthy. No, because I know people who are thin and the inside of their body is trash. Hi guys, sorry, my phone it was so hot. I guess it was like what we were talking about was so lit that my phone started connect. But let me just go sit my butt down inside where it's cool so I can talk to y'all. Okay, anyways. So as I was saying before I was interrupted. Let's see. You guys see me? Back up. Yep, it's back. Okay. So anyways, as I was saying, yeah, this whole like false ass female empowerment that's really rooted in how many people you can sleep in and how you can exploit your body, this shit is crazy. Because if it was really about that real female empowerment, you'd be studying about, okay, what were the matriarchal societies that were in existence before colonialism and enslavement and patriarchal religions? That's some real female empowerment. How can you use the womb to transcend space and time and enhance your psychic powers? That's real female empowerment. Right? How can you heal the mitochondrial DNA connected to your female lineage, right? That's been impacted by trauma and chemical programming and warfare and things like that. That is real true female empowerment. This weak ass shit that y'all got going on, where you hate on other women, and the new thing now is any woman that's about that, she has to go, she has to be excluded, etc., etc. And that's the whole agenda right there. That's why with this whole these whole different like social justice and racial justice movements and female empowerment movements, if you're not talking about the triple goddess, if you're not talking about real female empowerment, if you're not talking about that on that level, Mary Magdalene, what we just talked about yesterday, and some of the high vibrational divine feminines, you're not talking about nothing. You're reinventing the wheel, and that's why their movements are always hella finite. Always. They call it third wave and fourth wave feminism. Now we're on the fourth wave. The fourth wave now is turn into a man. That's the new feminism. Yes. The new type of feminism now is being a 6-7 party relationships. They call it polyamory. If you're involved in an open relationship where you're dealing with multiple people, that's your business. But just call it what it is. It's a cesspool of energy mixing, period. There needs to be some balance and order to this bullshit because it's out of control. And they say, oh, talking like that you're being a tyrant and you're being a dictator, why the fuck would I be teaching other women who have hella trauma in their bloodline to go pick up more trauma from other people who have a damaged ethereal template? Does that make any sense? Think about that. We are not even healed from the trauma of slavery. We're not healed from the trauma of colonialism. There's all this shit that they got going on. But this is what they're promoting. You see what I'm talking about? This is why you guys need to be really mindful about the different type of teachers that you're following, especially with this. I talked about this about 3 to 4 years ago, that this is going to be happening right now in terms of these different false teachers spreading these false ass ideologies. They're going to be getting exposed. And we were talking about the whole poison your body movement and shit like that. There's one thing about being body positive. Yes, if you are not the typical blonde, thin, or whatever, or just thin, or very shapely, you shouldn't have to dislike yourself. No, absolutely not. But there is a balance to everything. Don't just go and start destroying everything, filling your body with everything, not taking care of yourself. Because remember, I talked about the trifecta: mind, body, and spirit. So if you know your body is connected to your mind and your spirit, what's going to happen for the damage of the body? You see? It's like, but they don't get you that far. They just get you into the ideology. And I don't have change, I'm sorry. But there's machines. Or you can use.
I need to put it in here.
What do you need? Soap or bleach?
Yeah, soap.
I have a bottle of soap right over there that you can use, liquid detergent. Yep, and there's bleach there too. You can use that too. Yeah, literally moving backwards. Do what they're right. This is all like the resurgence of old karmic energy. Because right, what's happening right now, which I'm going to talk about in another channeling, is the gateway for the abyss is open. So what's happening now? Yeah. Go ahead. You can use that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And there's bleach right there too. So what's happening right now is they are purposely trying to get people into a state where they're going to willingly lower their vibration and damage their DNA, so that what happens is when you lower your DNA past a certain number of codons, a lot of people, we're at like the basic 42. If you have the standard American diet, you do some of these low vibrational activities, karmics, I'm telling you, they're in the 30s and the 20s. They're already marked. What happens is you're going to get tagged, and then you're going to end up getting put into the abyss, the place of no return. We talked about that. So a lot of these things that are being manufactured is to basically pull people more deeper into the underworld, right? And this is why, like, a lot of the goddess information and all those different type of studies and mysteries, they're not out there like that. When you go to when you do like a women's studies class, they don't teach you about all this stuff. They try to keep your mind in politics and things like that. They don't try to teach you about, like, how can you use the womb to manifest the feminine mitochondrial DNA, how to heal ancestral lineage because it's healed through the mother's lineage. They don't teach you all that shit. They teach you how to pop your pussy. They teach you about all these fucking weird ass theories and whatnot. It's crazy as hell. I know a lot of these people, they live in the Bay Area. They're not about shit. I'm just gonna keep it all the way the fuck real. A lot of them got hella trauma, and that's where it's coming out of. It's coming out of their trauma. It's coming out of their confusion. A lot of them are confused. I'm gonna just keep it right now. You want to know a real teacher from a fake teacher? Who's talking about the goddess energy? Who's talking about higher levels of dimensions? Who's talking about how you can use the female body to channel? Because you have to understand too. Ooh, I don't know if I should go there today because they might shut down my channel. Okay. On my Patreon, I was already going to put a video up about the fertility energy, because I was going to go deep on that with these artificial wombs and all that shit. Ooh, it's deeper. When we talk about the DM and the DF, it's deeper than just the karmic. That's why I be talking about, when I talk about karma, I'm not just talking about these punk-ass karmics and their love spells and shit like that. I'm talking about these karmics that have caused havoc on the planet, that are making these weird-ass DNA splicing tools, that are making these weird-ass fucking womb transplants and shit like that. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm at. That's what's being discussed. You see what I'm talking about? It's not just about that. It's like, if people really understood what was going on this planet, they'll be like, oh, no, they got to get their karma because they're doing way too fucking much, right? I was going to go in and even talk about some of this stuff that's going on now, the what a woman is, the definition of what a woman is type of thing. Now, there's people who are two-spirit, and they be born in a masculine body, but they resonate so much with the feminine energy that they want to live their life as a feminine. I completely understand that. However, there's a lot of mass programming. Go on Democracy Now! There is a scientist from UC Berkeley that did a whole bunch of study on atrazine. It's this chemical that they put in the pesticides and the GMO foods, and how it was turning male frogs hermaphrodite. how they're literally reprogramming individuals to be in this distorted feminine energy, Empress Reversed. How they're working right now to try to destroy the XX chromosome in women, or the XY chromosome. Give me my. I'm gonna get that straight. But they're trying to destroy the feminine energy from being able to bring in these downloads, because a lot of this higher level wisdom and ancient knowledge can only be channeled by feminines. Yeah, that's why a lot of these secret societies, they do sex magic. The Golden Dawn, that's why they do sex magic. That's why Aleister Crowley created some of these practices called the Dilemma. They use sex magic. They use the power of a woman's womb to activate that same type of energy that a woman has to get these downloads. That's what they're trying to do, but they can never get the full keys to the streets. That's kind of one of the secrets of Isis's veil. If you understand the High Priestess, that's Isis and her veil. They're trying to pierce the veil of Isis, but they can't. Only a woman can. Because the secrets don't come through the mind, they come through the womb. You see? See, I think I've been saying too much. I think I'm saying too much. You be having me dead. Yes. That's why a lot of these men out here, they don't even know that they're like, oh, thank you, Sunny Days. A lot of these men out here, they don't even know that they're like queer. Like that they don't like women. They like to have sex with women, but they really fucking hate women because in past lives they were destroyers. They were from those same tribes of men that went around destroying the goddess temples and the priestesshood. How about that? Oh no, Kawana Flores, I'm sorry. Yep, they try to lower your vibrations. That's why I said, if you know a man that's in secret societies and shit like that, step out. Especially if you're a high vibrational woman, step out. Step out, because they're trying to use you to gain access and information. Step the fuck out. A lot of these karmics, for some of y'all, they be doing death magic and all this kind of crazy stuff and whatnot. It's because your body, the way that you're configured, your energy signature, it's like you're like a anchor to be able to channel high vibrational energies onto planet Earth. A lot of these karmics, they don't, like I said, they don't have the keys to the streets because their DNA is too low vibrational. And some people say, well, they can raise their vibration after you do certain acts. Nah. And just with the way the timeline is going, they're behind. They're behind. That's why they have to do energy harvesting rituals and shit like that to psychically survive, because they've done so much with the physical body and they've created so much karma for themselves. They're literally blocked off from being able to gain certain access. You see what I'm talking about? But it never suffices. Kawan, I'm so sorry to hear that. That hatred runs deep. It really is. It's generational. She said kids will be kids while destroying their property because these parents don't want to parent. They want to give their kids the phone and let the phone raise them, or let the teacher raise them. Childish. Yeah, I need to go. I'm gonna do this a deeper channeling on Patreon tonight about this goddess energy, the fertility magic and shit like that these karmics are doing. How to keep yourself safe. A lot of the times, like when these karmics, like I told you, when they be coming after you, it's the DM. No. It's about you. It's about stopping you from being able to channel that energy that will help humanity. It's not about the DM. I tell you, with the karmic, when your DM has a karmic, it's never about the DM. It's always about you. Understand that. First and foremost. Once you understand that, everything else will make fucking sense. The ones that speak against ancient knowledge need to be quiet. Yeah, that's why they talk and they run their mouth. But these are the same people who grew up getting D's and F's in class, not fucking listening, running around, being popular, worried about that shit. But they want to try to come and tell you that, oh, bring it back to goddess energy and shit like that. Oh, that's weird. Oh, she weird. No, bitch, we ain't weird. You just don't know what you're talking about. You're just lost. Period. These are the same females that sing wet ass pussy. And they put their sexual prowess and their ability, how quick they can make a man come. That's their ticket. That's their diploma. Right? And those of us who really study and do the work, we're the crazy ones. We're the sick ones. We're the low vibrational ones. Isn't this crazy how this world works? Isn't it crazy? There. Use that. Go do that. The karmic's after the divine feminine, always. You have a whole group of these women after you. Oh, Jessica, no, you need to banish that shit. You need to banish that shit immediately. Hell nah. Don't they have lives? No. Their lives are centered on trying to fuck you over and bother you because you got the golden womb, you got the golden pussy. That's what you really need to be like. No, my eggs are so high vibrational because I do A, B, C, and D. That's what I take pride in. I take pride in my DNA. This man is digging in his booty right here. Oh no. Ooh, he's digging, like digging for gold. No, and then he smelt it. Oh, hell nah. Kawana, I'm sorry. He's digging again. No, I wish I could show y'all this. Okay, let me stop. And then he's sniffing again. No! Now he's digging under his fingers. No! Okay, let me stop being fucking crazy. All right. No more handshake. No. He has to find the treasure. No. Scratch and sniff. What do they want? Oh, no. He didn't wipe good. No, I'm weak. Parasite cleanse immediately. I'm about to be washing my hands when I get on any. That's why I don't ride public transportation like that no more. Someone said, yes, let us see. You are hella funny. No. If he does it again, I'm going to show you guys. But anyways, he's just really living his best life, though. I can't blame him, though. I can't blame him, though. No, he didn't wipe because now he's walking weird like Mud Duck. Give that man some neem. Ooh. Oh, no, you had a miscarriage? I'm sorry, Kawana. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what? I gotta give deeper keys. So I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna do this video on Patreon about this, like, this fertility energy, divine feminine goddess energy, the plot and plan in the next few years, because shit is gonna get crazy with this technology specifically, and with these karmics. And with these karmics. Now, I'm telling you, whew. Yes, bacon strips in the drawers. Y'all stop it. Women empowering women. Exactly. Look, it's poisonous. Put in the food. Destroy melanin. Period. And destroy the womb. That's why there's an epidemic of cysts and fibroids and stuff like that. Wow. Trauma is real, man. People are really with this shit and disgusting. I'm vegan, no thanks. Right, now they're coming after yoni steams. My fear was that I was turning into a karmic instead of just being myself. Just be yourself. I've gotten mean hints for being too modest. That's because it triggers their guilt. When you're modest or when you're wise as a woman, there's something wrong with you. And that's just guilt. That's just people's way of deflecting from their lack thereof. It's just like a bitch that looks like a fucking mud duck trying to tell you that you're ugly or some shit like that. She's just jealous of your beauty. It's always like that. Or someone telling you that there's something wrong with you because you're smart. Like, she thinks she's white. Or some weird shit like that. No. You got multiple time for digs and sniffs. No. Y'all are doing too much. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna get this video done for y'all. But you know what I need to do? I need to do the Saturn Saturn direct reading. All right. I hope you all have a good day. Thank you all for tuning in and listening. Bye.